Today's book is Daniel Finds a Poem, and the author is Micah Archer. I chose this book for a couple of different reasons. As a teacher and a mother of three, reading is very important to me. As you can see, this bookshelf back here is full. The boys and I just reorganized it the other day, and we counted over 420 books. Lots of those books weren't even purchased by us. The boys have received lots of books free over the years from school, from family members. Our family is very big on gifting one another at Christmas or birthdays with books. And then the other way that we've received so many books is through Dolly Parton's Imagination Library, which is an awesome, awesome program. And it is free to every child who is from birth to the time they turn 5 years old. This company sends a book that is age appropriate every month of their life until they hit the age of 5. So all three of my boys have went through this Dolly Parton's Imagination Library. So if you haven't done that, and if you know anybody or have a sibling or a cousin or someone in your family who is within that age range, I strongly encourage you to get signed up for it, because it's an awesome way to receive books, and the kids love to see it come in the mail each month. All three of my kids have aged out of it. Joe received his last book last December, or probably November. But we have received over 200 books, well, almost 200 books just through being through that program. So that's helped build our bookshelf. And there have been a couple repeats over the years with the three kids, but for the most part, there were new books every single month. So it's been a wonderful program. So that's why I wanted to share this book today, but also because it is Earth Day. Today is today's 50th anniversary of Earth Day. And in this book, Daniel Finds a Poem, there isn't a straight answer. He goes around asking what is a poem or what is poetry, and he doesn't get a word-for-word definition answer, and I love that, how it's described to him from different creatures that he meets throughout the day. But it's also just kind of him taking himself into nature and enjoying it and seeing things and the beauty in everyday life outside. And I think that's a big part of what Earth Day is about. So I hope you will enjoy this story and then hopefully find your own poem afterwards. Daniel knows all the rocks, trees, and animals in the park. On Monday morning, Daniel sees something new on the park gate. A sign reads, "Poetry in the Park, Sunday at 6 o'clock. "What is poetry?" Daniel says. He looks up in surprise when he hears a spider say, "To me, poetry is when morning dew glistens." On Tuesday, Daniel climbs the old oak tree. He sees Squirrel. "Squirrel, do you know what poetry is?" "Poetry is when crisp leaves crunch," Squirrel tells him. And fall is one of my favorite seasons. On Wednesday, Daniel calls into Chipmunk's hole. "Chipmunk, can you tell me what poetry is?" Poetry. Poetry is a home with many windows and an old stone wall. On Thursday, Daniel makes a boat with a leaf for a sail and watches the wind carry it across the pond. He calls quietly to Frog. "Excuse me, Frog, what is poetry?" "Poetry," says Frog, "is a cool pool to dive into." On Friday, Daniel parts the cattails and finds Turtle. "Hello, Turtle. I have a question. Do you know what poetry is?" "I think poetry is sun-warmed sand," Turtle says. That sounds nice right now. One Saturday afternoon, Daniel finds Cricket in the shade of the slide. When the shadows are long, Cricket fills the air with music. Is this poetry to you, Cricket? Singing at twilight when the day is done? Indeed it is, Daniel. That night, moonlight fills Daniel's room. He hears a who. Leaning from his window, he calls to Al. Al, what is poetry? Oh, poetry. Poetry is bright stars in the branches, moonlight on the grass, and silent wings to take me wherever I go. Good night, dear Daniel, she whispers, and flies off into the night. On Sunday, the sun wakes up Daniel. He is happy when he remembers it's Sunday. Today is poetry in the park, says Daniel, and I have a poem. And here he is in the park reading his poem to a crowd. Morning dew glistens, crisp leaves crunch. There's a home with many windows and the old stone wall. Cool pools to dive in, sun-warm sand to lie in, singing at twilight when the day is done. Bright stars in the branches, moonlight on the grass, and silent wings to take me wherever I go. On the way home, Daniel stops to watch the sunset sky reflecting in the pond. That looks like poetry to me. To me too, says Dragonfly. So if you would like, you can take the AR quiz. I did see a few people take yesterday's AR quiz. That was awesome, but that's not what this is about, just hearing a story. But if you'd like to, here's that information. Or, of course, you can look it up on AR Bookfinder with this title. And today I just challenge you to go find your poem, take a walk in nature, and see what you could write about and see what you can enjoy and take in. Bye, guys.